Hey, Dr. Colbert here. And you think that I've been healthy all these years? Well, let me tell you something. I have, but I've suffered also from chronic tendonitis in my right shoulder, from old injuries I've suffered from playing sports and lifting weights. In fact, it got to the point where it was so painful that I'd wake up many times during the night anytime I'd roll over on my shoulder. So I saw a good friend of mine who's practiced a procedure for years called platelet-rich plasma. She simply took a syringe, withdrew my blood out of my arm, she spun it down, extracted the platelet-rich plasma from my blood, and she combined it with a local anesthetic called Procaine. Well, Procaine's been used for many years in Europe as an anti-aging treatment. And then she took that platelet-rich plasma with Procaine and injected it into my shoulder. Now what's amazing is after she did this, the first night I slept without any pain, and it got better and better. I haven't been able to do exercise for my shoulders for years because the pain was almost unbearable that night and the next few days. I was able to start doing exercises for my shoulders again. My shoulders started growing again. I started lifting weights again and started living without pain, sleeping normally, and my energy returned tremendously. I see so many people with chronic pain conditions. So I said, this is absolutely amazing. So I learned the procedure, and I've been doing it on patients. A recent patient I did had severe osteoarthritis in his hip. In fact, it was so bad he could barely walk on it, was using a walker as well as a wheelchair. He's only 50 years old. So I said, come in. He's been my carpenter for years. I said, come in, let me do this on you. So I injected his hip, his right hip, with platelet-rich plasma. After about 1 to 2 weeks, he called and said, I don't know what you've done. He says, but my hip is no longer grinding. Now before, let me tell you something. His hip had such severe arthritis, the orthopedic surgeon said, you're going to need a total hip replacement. Well, what he told me, he said, let me tell you, the pain went away. He said, it's no longer grinding and I'm walking normally. Now again, it's not just one treatment. It's going to take a few treatments to get him totally resolved. And what I also find is the platelet-rich plasma paves the way for stem cell injections later on. But I'm excited. This actually takes your blood. It doesn't inject cortisone. Now for 30 years and all that I've been practicing, I've injected cortisone, but I stopped about 10 to 15 years ago because cortisone hastens the degeneration of your joints. But not your own platelet-rich plasma. This actually contains growth factors that helps to repair not just arthritis, but also tendonitis, ligaments, muscle tissue, muscle strains and sprains, and chronic pain conditions. So if you have a chronic pain condition, it may be any kind of arthritis in a joint, tendonitis, ligament damage, muscle spasms, consider platelet-rich plasma using your own blood, no surgery, injection techniques under sterile technique that literally helps to restore your joint, your ligaments, your tendons, and remove the pain, and it helps to bring your energy back. Consider platelet-rich plasma.